Independent living, Makmid. We made this series of films to explore what independent living means to our members.
For me, it means society changing its attitude and adapting to allow me to live my own independent life conveniently without having to change for them, for their convenience. The ability for me to be able to do things in my own way, at my own time, and in my own fashion. Take control of my decisions without having to think about how society will react or what society will do, to make me feel acceptable. Because it's society that makes me anxious. It's not my own disbelief in myself. It is society that has implanted that disbelief or that doubt, that anxiety. I come from Africa. There are so many cultural and traditional practices and beliefs and perceptions that also inhibit the way people frame messaging around disability. If you're familiar with the bushra phenomenon, this is word of mouth. So somebody hears something, they come and they say it to somebody in the compound, and that person takes it to another compound and it transmits. The more it moves within the bush radio channel, it's either the value reduces or the value increases depending on the person who is transmitting it. And depending on the status of this person is also in society. That particular phenomenon can also be attributed to the broader society. When messages come from disabled people, especially disabled people that are not of higher socioeconomic status, it doesn't go as far and wide as it ought to be, as it ought to go. But when a message about disabled people from non-disabled people who are more affluent or more socially recognized and at a higher level, it spreads faster. But people don't dig deeper. People don't go out and listen because they assume. And I think that's the problem, the assumption, the level of assumption of people who feel that they can speak on behalf of others. I work in an organization that uses international law, international human rights law a lot. As global campaigners and advocates, we need references, you need good practices to refer to. When I go out and speak to people about human rights and respect for human rights, I don't give example of the United Kingdom anymore. The fact that they're talking down on people who rely on the social services to live the kind of life that they ought to live, the dismissal of the concerns that affect this particular category of people, the lack of space for engagements, the disrespect even in the process of the engagements, where you go to meetings, the people who speak are the people that the government wants to hear from, not the people who are affected by the issues that the government is discussing about. All these are examples that you don't expect to see in a so-called civilized and advanced nation. A civilized and advanced nation is one that actually cares and listens to every category of its people, regardless of their status, regardless of their conditions, regardless of their aspirations and their political affiliations. The resources that the Martin local authority is talking about or is trying to rationalize, and it's a resources that is for society. Disabled people are part of that society. Disabled people contribute to that society in various shapes and forms. When they are providing it, they should not be segmenting the provision of that society. When you look at it from a human rights angle, you look at it from a holistic angle. You're putting people first. And when you put people first, money and savings comes later. I have children, and I take full responsibility and care for my children. And in addition to my immediate family, I have a number of other people that I take responsibility for. I have led national campaigns. I have led global campaigns and won most of those campaigns. I am giving you all these examples because people need to hear the stories. There are so many people like me out there who are delivering beyond excellence. Disabled people but their excellence, their achievement is not being celebrated. And it's one of these things that has to change. Not in that kind of tokenistic way, in a very genuine way, so that people know that these are not recipients. We are actually providers of change, of positive change.